Bricks and Minifigs tried to get me arrested to stop this video. We have reacted to all of Reckless Ben's Bricks and Minifigs videos. We've reacted to the CoffeeZilla Bricks and Minifigs video, which kind of did a pretty good deep dive investigation. And now this is the video that Reckless Ben was making like little messages talking about he was being blocked from talking about it. Like if he talked about it, he would have been arrested because there was like a court order. So that's what this video is. He came out with a video yesterday saying that I can talk again. He went to the court and like, you know, proved that this is like freedom of speech or whatever. And so now he can drop this video for us to react to. Now, here's what I'll remind you guys of. In the CoffeeZilla video, we did kind of come to a conclusion that maybe Reckless Ben was a little bit more of a troll than he should have been, which, to be fair, it's very entertaining. It was very funny, and Bricks and Minifigs definitely deserved it. But it does seem like there was some due diligence that he didn't do with looking into Brian, because Brian did some kind of stuff that was like not questionable, but it was like, hey, that was never mentioned in the previous videos, as well as the other owners. The other owners were clearly not very good owners of the previous Bricks and Minifigs, and I think that's very important to point out. Okay, so that's where we're standing at, but let's catch up. Let's watch it.
I'm about to go to court, and I don't even know what I did wrong. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs is making up tons of lies about me to the police to try to get me thrown in jail so I can't release my documentary about them. But the crazy part is I'm not even allowed to know what they're saying I did. Legally, I'm not allowed to film inside court, so I formally requested the audio, but since there was no visual, I hired an animator to animate over it.
Oh. W hiring an animator, hopefully didn't use AI for that.
Right now, I kind of don't even know what I'm being charged for because all of the body cam footage has been redacted, and they say it's to protect the victims. However, I think there are some redactions that maybe don't make sense and that weren't to protect the victims, and there's some things being said about me that are redacted that I don't know about.
I do have some concern in this case with the defendant representing himself. The allegations here...
He's defending himself? Wait, so Reckless Ben doesn't have a lawyer? Did I hear that right, chat? That's insane. Lawyers are expensive, I know, but I'm gonna be honest, Jules, like, I know how YouTube ad revenue works, and like his Patreon is probably blowing the fuck up. I feel like he should have some good money to pay a lawyer here. He said he has said he is a lawyer. What? I mean, even in that case, I don't think it's smart. Like, I think when someone's a lawyer and they get into legal trouble, the tip is that they still get a lawyer, you know? Okay, let's just keep listening. Let's just keep watching. Can anyone, I don't know, you guys are saying that he is a lawyer, but he's never mentioned that once in a video. I feel like I would have remembered that.
Relate to the fact that the defendant, he's a person he's a YouTuber, creates videos, publishes them online, and has been, if this defendant were to represent himself and we were to provide body cams and discovery, we would be now providing additional information and fodder for this defendant to create videos from which he could profit by placing them on YouTube at the expense of our victim. I have serious concerns for that.
So we don't want to provide the evidence that is needed to give the defense a proper way to completely defend themselves because the footage is bad enough to where he could use it to show how bad we are, because that's what he's been doing and that's what got us here in the first place and actually got legal action to start being taken. That's what I'm hearing. This animation is everything. The animation is really good, Resilient Sage. I can't even lie.
Yeah, the state of Utah is claiming that if they tell me what I'm being accused of, then I'll use it for content on my YouTube channel. And they can't have that. They're arguing to the judge that the best thing to do is to not let me know what's being said about me, which is very strange, but that's their argument.
Okay, so, and I have to ask, is that illegal? Like, is that a good argument? Like, from my understanding, chat, let me bring it in here. From my understanding, if you want to post about what's going on legally, that a lot of the times gets you to shoot yourself in the foot, right? Like that, I've talked to lawyers before who are like, part of my job is to go search the social media accounts of people that like were against in a court of law to try to find if they've talked about it on social media. Because if they talk about it on social media and there are differences between their posts and what they said in like, I don't know, like a police report or something like that, then we can provide evidence that they're not, or that like we can create reasonable doubt. We can provide evidence. We can like press them when we're, I don't know the good legal terms, but when they're like on the stand and we're interrogating them, not interrogating, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not a fucking lawyer, sue me. I'm blanking on every word I ever learned when watching Suits. I promise I'll rewatch it. But like, from my understanding, it's not illegal to talk about it. Like the argument that like, we don't want to give this guy the reason he's here. We don't want to give him the reason, nor do we want to give him the footage, because if we give him that, he will post it on his YouTube channel. That's not illegal. That's not illegal. Cross-examine. Thank you, Resilient Sage. Resilient Sage is coming in hot today. You know? Pretty sure withholding information about that while in court is illegal, or at least in Canada. That's what I'm thinking, man. Like, I just genuinely think, yeah, it's illegal. Sounds like withholding evidence. It's legal, however, it can get sketchy, I think is what you meant to say here. And that's what I'm saying is like, to me, if he wants to further dig himself into a hole, or I don't know, if he wants to further put out ammunition that they could possibly use on him in this case, that's his decision. You know, you can't be like, we want to withhold evidence and withhold the whole reason that we're suing this guy because he's going to make a YouTube video about us, you know? I don't know. And I think the damage is done at this point. Like, nobody fucks with Bricks and Minifigs. I guess it could get worse. I guess we could be like, fuck this guy, but...
And just in case you haven't been following along with this whole Lego story, this is all happening because I stepped in to help a family who got their Lego collection stolen from a company called Bricks and Minifigs. And for the last couple months, this company's been doing whatever they can to get me arrested so they can keep all the Legos for themselves. And this isn't even just me speculating. One of their own employees literally told us what their plan was.
I got a call from my boss, and it was like, how do we get them arrested? How do we
Dang.
get them arrested?
But eventually, Bricks and Minifigs found out that I'm not just some random kid. I'm actually a YouTuber making a documentary on the entire scandal.
So the YouTube guy is named Reckless Ben. I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah, this is when things really started getting crazy. Bricks and Minifigs went into ultimate defense mode and was going to do whatever it takes to prevent this documentary from coming out. First, the police got a call saying I had heroin on me.
This officer is going to conduct a search of your person because there substances in the vehicle. Really?
And obviously, they found nothing. But then they got a call saying that I was the one that stole the Legos. And I got swatted by the entire police department.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
And we all got arrested. But right when I got out of jail, I got a warrant for my arrest for some mystery crime that I committed.
Seems like this guy might live in LA, or his last known address is in LA.
Yeah, the police showed up to my house all the way in Los Angeles to arrest me without bail.
He was like, just tell him he has a warrant for his arrest.
But the police couldn't arrest me.
And you know where he actually is?
No idea.
Okay.
I was somewhere very far away. But anyways, back to court.
that just seems like, I don't know how court stuff works. That just seems super weird to me. That there is even a possibility that you can arrest someone without telling them what they're being arrested for. Like, that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
The judge is looking at signing a protective order to protect Josh and all of his statements about me. If this protective order gets signed, then I'll never be able to find out what he's claiming I did.
I got bad news. I don't think we have any more budget for animation, dude.
Oh, shoot. So how do we animate this next court scene? I guess if we have to not pay the lawyers, then I guess the animation's more important, right? Yeah, we decided maybe the lawyers are actually more important, so...
Thank you. Thank God. Thank God. I thought, I was like, no, please. Like, don't get me wrong, these animations are great, bro. Like, props to you. Thank you for hiring animators instead of going the AI route like W Reckless Ben. I would prefer if you went with the lawyers on that one, dog.
Out of animation budget. Sorry, guys.
The court's inclined to sign this pretrial protective order unless you have an objection to it, Mr. Schneider, and the objection to such an order.
Yes, I think there's a bunch of misunderstandings in this case, and so this person doesn't want to get exposed, so he's making up a lot of lies about me to order to like get me arrested before he gets exposed. So that's what this whole thing's about. However, before I was allowed to show any of the overwhelming evidence I have to support my claims, the judge didn't care about the evidence and signed the protective order anyways.
Mr. Schneider, the court's going to sign this order and serve it upon you.
So the court has made it clear they do not want to look at the evidence and they want to protect Josh and Brandon for some reason. And
don't be shy, drop his name. Don't be shy, drop this boner's name, bro. I guarantee something's gonna come out about him being corrupt too, bro. Part of the Mormon church and everything.
Now I have to somehow fight a court case against all of these mystery crimes against me that I have no clue what they're even saying I did. So this whole mess is happening in American Fork, Utah. But I'm also being charged with another case in Provo, Utah. This is where corporate Bricks and Minifigs is, which is why I'm also being charged here. And this police department has surprisingly actually followed the law when it comes to discovery, and they sent me all the raw body cam footage of what I'm being charged for. Let's start at the beginning, the moment I first met the CEO. The reason I'm talking to him right now is because before exposing this company for the grand theft they committed, I thought it was in good...
Okay, I'm so sorry. This has nothing to do with anything happening right now. This fucking couch. Like, I get it. You guys do Lego shit. It looks so fucking uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. This is not what I should be hyper fixated on, chat. But I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, can you imagine you fucking walk into an office and you're like, hey, I'm here to meet for, I don't know, whatever the fuck you go into a Lego store headquarters for. And they're like, oh, yes, we'll be right with you. Go sit on our Lego couch. I hope, I mean, I can't tell by this. It's funny to think that this is like made out of like real Lego material. I would hope that it's like at least somewhat soft, but even soft, this looks uncomfortable. Like any couch that has a 90-degree angle, whether it's soft or not, of like, not, like, do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a pillow 90 degrees. It's like, it would have to be like foam 90 degrees. I'm sorry, this is totally not relevant to the video. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, like good gimmick, I guess. But like, you actually probably have people sit on that. Like, it's not like this is a cool thing that they have and then there's actually a legit seating area. It's like they probably ask people to sit on this thing and it's massively uncomfortable. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
now is because before exposing this company for the grand theft they committed, I thought it was in good faith to give them an opportunity to do the right thing first before I make a documentary about this.
You had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store?
Nope. Never happened.
But the CEO did not want to take the opportunity to do the right thing and instead instantly called the cops on us.
Hi there, I'm calling to report a crime.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you. It's Ben Snyder who's been the one engaged in this behavior.
You can see in the police report that the crime he wanted to get us charged for is called extortion, which basically means we're threatening him into paying us, which is very illegal. However, obviously he's just making all of this up. The reality is, I just thought it was a nice gesture to give him the opportunity to do the right thing first.
If you guys do have our Legos, we just kind of want them back, you know? And
but if there's one thing...
That's fucking insane! That's just straight up a lie! That's just straight up a lie! Okay, so if you guys didn't follow up about that, so this is from a previous video. They confronted him and basically were like, hey, we're here on behalf of this guy. You owe him some Lego sets. We just want the Lego sets. He reported to the police that Ben was threatening them, basically saying, if you don't give us these back, we're going to like burn down your stores, which is not the same thing. Reporting a false crime is illegal, by the way. Exactly. Like, he is committing a crime within the fucking fact that he called the police and like reported a crime.
I've learned from this entire experience, it's that whoever ends up doing the morally right thing just ends up getting screwed over. So now it's time to play the way Bricks and Minifigs is playing.
Oh shit.
And use their own strategy against them.
Shit.
Right now, their strategy is to get me arrested before I get them arrested. So now I'm gonna Uno reverse this and get Eamon, the CEO, arrested before he gets me arrested. But if I'm going to be the reason that someone's going to jail, I should probably make sure that they definitely deserve this. So I'm going to give them one more chance to try to do the right thing first.
Oh, no, bro, this is not the time to troll. This is not the time to troll, man. Like, I get it. It's funny for the content, but I feel like this could backfire. Like, at this point, bro, you have thoroughly trolled them. I will go buy a trophy for you. #1 Bricks and Minifigs troll. But please, like, you proved it. You proved yourself. Please don't do this. It's gonna be funny, don't get me wrong, but like, oh no. Just oh no.
But instead of doing the right thing and attempting to work this out, Eamon just hid in his little office.
Oh, okay, this is previous. They already did this. They already did this a while back. Okay. I thought he meant like right now. I was like, dude.
And he called the police on me.
Okay, this is old stuff.
Really? But they told us that they were. I know. Normally I wouldn't want to get someone arrested, but we gave him every opportunity to talk to us, so at this point, he's just arresting himself. However, the only difference between my strategy and Bricks and Minifigs' strategy is I don't have to lie to the police. Eamon McNeff actually committed a crime. I have tons of crimes on camera that Eamon McNeff has committed. Let's start at the beginning with crime #1.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No. So who's
Brian Mansell.
Okay, and who is that?
He's a guy who had he had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store?
Nope. Never happened.
Eamon was first trying to claim that he's never even heard of Brian Mansell, and this guy definitely never had any Legos in a Bricks and Minifigs store. But once we showed him all of the social media posts his own company made, it was very obvious that we just caught him in a lie. So the CEO decided to change his story, and now the story is the Legos used to be in the store, but the previous owner, Crystal, she stole the Legos right before they took over the store.
Back up the easy way.
We don't have the Lego. Crystal sold the Lego.
The only problem is their security camera footage of the previous owner getting kicked out.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours.
Just taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment.
Corporate just said that they're going to be the ones to take over the consignment deal with all the Legos that are still in the store. And as extra proof that these Lego sets were still in the store, the owner went into the back and started taking pictures of everything that you can verify in the metadata with the timestamps that match the exact moment she's getting kicked out. And then you can see her leave the store with nothing in her hands, proving that the sets were still in the store and the CEO is lying to us right now. But that's only one side of the story. I also thought it was fair to hear his side.
She sent a bunch of pictures of the Legos still in the back, and you can see in the security camera footage, corporate comes and throws her out.
Great. I understand what you're talking about, but you have a misunderstanding of what has occurred, and you're taking one person's word over another person's word. You need to go after the party that's responsible, and you don't want to because that's not easy.
I'm trying to remember too, because, okay, so CoffeeZilla did the whole, like, everybody took pictures, both sides, Bricks and Minifigs and Christina, when Christina was kicked out of that store. And so, like, I think what Ben is pointing out here is true. He is lying right now. He is lying because he says they never had them, but, like, it's very clear based off those photos and the timestamps that they did have Brian's Legos in the store when they kicked Christina out. And those just don't disappear. So he's lying. He's lying. I don't know where he's going with, like, how this is a crime. But I mean, we got to keep playing it. Also, you guys keep mentioning his mustache. I've already talked shit about that thing, bro. Bro's got that Waluigi ass looking shit, bro. After he goes into jail, someone's got to shave that shit off of it for him, you know? Like, Jesus.
You have accepted a narrative that is not real, and you are continuing to pursue that narrative because it's easy, and it gives you views, and it gives you all sorts of clout, and does all sorts of things that way.
So basically what the CEO is trying to explain to me is we shouldn't be looking at the evidence. Instead, I should just be taking his word for it because he said so.
Crystal Law was a former franchisee of Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah.
She took Mr. Mansell's Lego, sold it, didn't pay him, she has his money.
But
she sold his Lego, she has his money.
To make it easier for you guys to understand the CEO's argument, we're going to demonstrate his argument with a little skit. Oh, that wasn't a backflip. No.
Oh, are you sure?
You have a misunderstanding of what happened. Yes, this is the exact argument the CEO is trying to make. Something we just saw in video, the CEO is saying never happened, which would mean the CEO's lying. And most people would agree that lying is morally wrong. However, if you lie about a crime, the way Eamon's lying to me right now, then that's not just morally wrong anymore. That crosses into new territory called illegal. The specific crime is called obstruction. If someone commits this crime, they can get arrested.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Okay. Is that how obstruction works, chat? I don't know. I don't know law as well as I thought not as well as I thought it. I don't know law that well. But I've always thought obstruction, like I've heard obstruction of justice, that applies when you're lying about something to like, like a federal agent or something like that. Yeah, okay, problem, Ben. Obstruction only applies to agents of the court and law enforcement. That's what I was thinking. Like, if he's lying to cops or, anybody investigating, I think that applies. But he can't throw on obstruction when, and to be fair, and like, I don't know. I don't know. We can talk about the ethics of this. This guy's being filmed without him knowing. If you guys remember from the first video, Reckless Ben had spy cameras on. So don't get me wrong, he still shouldn't lie, but he's getting illegally filmed. And I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. That is definitely a stretch. That's not obstruction. Obstruction only applies when it's with like law enforcement or something like that. He is lying. He is lying. Or to be fair, you guys, if I'm throwing my own theories in here, I think he probably didn't really know exactly what was going on. Like, I don't think that guy is necessarily like the mastermind behind where the Legos went. If I had to make a prediction, The person behind it are the store owners that took over the franchise. And this guy had no idea. Like, he's the CEO of all the Bricks and Minifigs franchises. Like, there's no way he has his fingers and toes into each and every one of them to know exactly what each one is doing. Now, could he be better on top of it? Yes. We saw from the CoffeeZilla video, like, he didn't even have any of the information, like, looked into. And this is, like, a big deal, right? He didn't have any of the facts down of, like, you guys own this Excel sheet. It's under the Bricks and Minifigs domain, Google Drive, of like this Excel sheet with inventory, which is what everybody's been asking to see. So like, I wouldn't say that he was masterminding it. I think the people masterminding it were the people that took over for the store, because there was that whole thing with the U-Haul truck. But he, at the end of the day, his response shouldn't be to be like, no, we didn't do anything. What the fuck are you talking about? As a CEO, in my opinion, the ethical thing to do is to listen, hear what they have to say, and go, hey, we're going to look into this internally. We're going to launch an investigation. I'm going to do my due diligence to look into each of the little things, and we'll get back to you. Can we set a meeting for a week? I'll have it figured out. Like, that's what you do. You don't lie. You don't go, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then clearly you actually do know what they're talking about, you know? But we've already knew that that guy did not at all have any, he has not done his due diligence based off what we saw in the CoffeeZilla video. Chat, does anybody have an answer for this? Is Utah a one-party consent state? I mean, even if they are, even if it's like one-party consent is fine, I still don't think that's ethically okay. Like, it shouldn't be ethically okay to like record someone when they don't know, you know, unless they're on like private property or something like that. Some states only require one-party consent to record, and I think Utah is one of those states. Okay. I mean, here's the thing. Just because it's legal doesn't make it ethical. I'm glad it's legal, though, because that means they can use it in a court of law. And this is a specific case where I think it's better that it's that way. But I just want to say, I don't think it's great to be walking around recording people, you know, with like the meta glasses and shit like that.
We're at the police station, and we're going to charge him with a criminal crime, obstructing of evidence of a $200,000 theft. And good news for us.
I'm surprised that's what they're going for here. I would have gone for like, hey, he filed a false police report.
Out last week that all of the police in Utah take obstruction very seriously here. The police arrested my friend Sheldon for obstruction just for locking his phone.
Right now you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back.
I was just locking my phone.
You're under arrest for obstruction of evidence right now.
The crazy part is, the police didn't even have a warrant, so Sheldon locking his phone was 100% legal. But the police arrested him anyways, because that's literally how serious the police take obstruction crimes here. They do not mess around when it comes to obstruction. So now, just imagine how angry the police are gonna be when I go into the police station and tell them that someone is actually, for real this time, committing an obstruction crime. And this obstruction crime is on a much bigger scale. Later, the police called me saying that they were going to do a police investigation on this.
Hey, Benjamin, this is Officer Halpern from Provo Police.
I told the detective the entire situation.
He was saying that this family's Lego sets were never even in the store, like all of this stuff, and it's all documented. I have video of all of him saying this. I think he's like falsifying evidence, and I think that's obstruction.
And now that we stole Bricks and Minifigs,
I'm surprised that they actually took this seriously. I don't know, maybe we don't have the right idea of obstruction, but I didn't realize you could do obstruction without it being like don't get me wrong, shouldn't have gotten arrested for locking his phone. That was fucking stupid, but like that makes sense because it was with a police officer there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Biggs' strategy, I think the plan is finally gonna work.
Looks like the CEO is going down.
I mean, I submitted the videos of Eamon saying we're gonna burn down the building and shoot him.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm gonna burn the place down. Or we're gonna burn the place down. Or I'll kill you.
And then I submitted all the raw footage.
That's way more crazy. That's way easier to get arrested for.
The entire conversation I had with him, proving to the police that we never even said anything close to this. This raw footage verifies that everything I told the police is true, and everything Eamon told the police is a lie. On top of that, I even got access to the complete case Eamon made against me, and he doesn't have a single piece of evidence to support any of his claims. Which I guess makes sense. Like, how can you support evidence if you're just making everything up? Like, of course you can't submit anything. So if the police have to decide what case to pursue, they're obviously going to pursue this case because it has like a ton of evidence. And then they're going to throw out Eamon's case that has no evidence at all.
Oh no.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Hello, my name is Ben Schneider. A couple months ago, I made a case, and you were the officer that was helping me create it. I submitted a bunch of evidence through a link you sent me, and this was a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anything back. And so I'm just calling to see if I can get some type of update on how the case is going. It's about the CEO, Eamon McNeff of Bricks and Minifigs, in an obstruction case. And so if you could give me a call back at your earliest convenience, that'd be awesome.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed.
Yeah, literally no matter what I tried, I could not get a hold of this police officer. So I'm traveling all the way back to Utah to go back to the Provo police station in person to see how the police investigation against Eamon is going. And I just so happened to get a hold of the police schedule and arrived at the exact time this officer was supposed to arrive. But before I could speak to this officer, one of the other police officers called into the front desk and asked to talk to me.
I'm not seeing him on duty right now.
Really? They said he was going to be here today at 3 o'clock.
There's always the chance that they might have called out sick or something.
Is there any way that you can, like, check if he's here, or?
He's definitely scheduled to be here. Like I said, they might have called out sick or something.
Okay. Not suspicious at all. Not fucking weird at all.
Are you able to look and see how the case is going? All I really want is kind of just an update on the case.
That's not something that I can tell you over the phone.
Okay, you can't even just tell me like how it's going, like if he's still looking into it, or?
No, I can't. That's not something I can do.
I mean, this is probably just a receptionist,
well,
you know?
So basically, I came all the way out here to find 0 answers. But eventually, I did find an answer. They sent it to me in the mail. And looks like I was right. The police only had time to take on one of our cases. And it was Eamon's, not mine. Yes, the case that had an overwhelming amount of evidence, they thought that case was garbage. And they took on the case that has 0 evidence at all.
Okay, not saying that it isn't corrupt and shit, and this is also mad funny that I paused on this, and this is the animation that they used. Hell yeah. I do have to say, he said 0 evidence. I get that. There were 3 documents in that folder. Would be interested to know what those documents said. Just because he's omitted stuff before, I think it's worth bringing up. Like, what else has happened, you know? Like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like he's left out enough stuff where I'm like, is there anything else he's saying? Are you just showing us the bits that make him look bad?
In the police body cam footage, after the police watched my full conversation, proving that I didn't threaten to burn the place down or literally anything, they even admitted to Eamon that there was no credibility with his entire case against me.
We agreed that there really was no extortion code that would fit your situation. However, you know, at the end of the day, we do want to help you guys so you're not having to deal with this fool. And
this fucking bitch!
no extortion code that would fit your situation. However, at the end of the day, we do want to help you guys so you're not having to deal with this fool and all of his issues. We did find that there was another code.
Hey, I know we just caught you in a blatant fucking lie where this guy approached you saying that you scammed them or scammed somebody that they're representing. You fimbled and fumbled your words around like you have fucking butter on your hands. And then you called the police, lied about extortion, but hey, we're on your side. Holy fucking corrupt. What the fuck? It has to be the Mormons again, chat. Like, we been new there's that fuck-ass Mormon connection up in Utah. Bruh. Just bruh.
Code that fit, and it's called aggravated commercial obstruction.
The police just told Eamon that even though there's absolutely nothing to his claim against me, if they work together, maybe they can fabricate some type of charge against me.
However, the tricky thing is that we have to prove that this individual either entered or remains unlawfully on the premise. When he came to the property, did you have to ask him more than once to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not leaving until we get it. And he's like, no. Like,
So Eamon's telling the police that even though they continuously told us to leave, we didn't leave. But if we go back and look at the footage of what happened, this is the reality.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time?
I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us. Okay. As a separate business entity, you got to take it up with them. You got to resolve it with them.
Okay, well, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, okay, guys. Good luck.
Good. Sweet, thank you.
Hey, do you want to talk to them? And they're on their way out. If you want me to grab them or not?
I don't know. It kind of looks like the reality of what happened is we left too early for them.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. I need to go back. I need to go back to what aggravated commercial obstruction. What is that? Aggravated commercial obstruction? An actor commits aggravated commercial obstruction if the actor enters or remains unlawfully on the premises or in a building of any business, intends to interfere with employees, customers, personnel, or operations on the business, and intends to obtain unauthorized control over any merchandise, property, records, data, or proprietary information of the business. Alter, eradicate, or remove any merchandise, records, data, or proprietary information of the business. Damage, deface, or destroy any property on the premise of the business, commit an assault on any person, or commit any other felony. Okay, so is this just trespassing on crack? Like, it's so fucking dumb. It's so dumb that that police officer said that shit. That police officer needs to be fired immediately. What a see you next Tuesday, bro. That's insane. Wow. Going out of your way to try to figure out how to charge someone for your little butt buddy.
Wanted to pull us back in to keep talking to us. But we did show back up a second time, and to Ammon's credit, about halfway through the conversation, he did say that if we don't leave, he's going to call the cops on us.
You can leave. If you come back here, we will call the cops. If you don't leave right now, I will call the cops.
So you don't want to do the easy way?
And this is right after I told him you could do it either the easy way and just give us the Legos back, or we can do it the hard way, implying that we would take him to court.
So you're threatening me.
I'm not threatening. We're right. Like, we have a right to the Legos, so we're gonna get them the easy way or the hard way.
What proof of ownership have you provided to me that you own this Lego.
I mean, I can give you proof if you want.
Right, provide proof.
But right after he says this, he's now asking us to provide him proof that we actually are entitled to these Legos, so we can't leave now because he just told us to stay and provide
That's
proof.
true.
And then at the very end of the conversation, he says this one more time.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave? Okay. Well, thank you for working with us, and so see you later.
Well, we have now all just seen the video footage of what actually happened.
Bro, if they can get charged for this, that's just fucking ridiculous, bro. That's just fucking ridiculous.
Let's hear how Ammon describes it to the police.
Guys, at this point, I've asked you to leave. Please leave. Well, we you know, like, you have to listen to us. You have to pay us this money. No, guys, you need to leave, and you're not leaving. Like, but I asked multiple times, they did not leave.
Looks like that might be a second-degree felony. He's facing felony charges. It is a felony?
Yes, because I went to the corporate headquarters and tried to give Ammon the easy way out of all of this, they're now trying to get me on a second-degree felony, which I don't really know how any of this would make me get a second-degree felony. Like, what the heck, police officer?
A second-degree felony for not leaving the first time you get asked to leave is fucking ridiculous. Call me crazy. Call me crazy, bro. Especially with what he provided of, like, he asked them to leave and then implied that they should stay to show him proof.
But they're doing it, and the punishment for this crime is 15 years in jail.
I don't know, you know, like however else, you know, like some of that stuff comes through, but, you know, like the reality is, like, we've tried to talk with him and said, we're willing to work with you.
Yeah, I think one of the main reasons the police keep taking Ammon's side instead of ours, besides the whole Mormon thing, is that Ammon keeps framing the situation as he's just the helpful CEO who's trying to do the right thing and return Brian's property. And we're the ones that are preventing him from giving it back to Brian. So I say we rewatch the footage and see what actually happened.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr. Mansell.
Yeah, because Brian said
he was unwilling to work with us.
Well, Brian said he asked for the store inventory, and that because he said like he wanted to work with you, and then you guys didn't provide the store inventory.
We asked him to provide us with any documentation, and he provided us with a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is not something that anybody, you know, like you can just walk over to a McDonald's right now and say,
"What is this weird background music? It's like overstimulating me. What the fuck?"
Belong to me. Why? Because so-and-so said so. Why? And I have a spreadsheet that says that all these ice cream machines belong to me. That's not proof of ownership. That's not proof of anything.
So first off, this spreadsheet Ammon's referring to wasn't just some mystery spreadsheet. It was the actual inventory the store made. But I guess Ammon's trying to claim that the previous owner stole the Legos and then lied on the inventory, and so now it basically makes this inventory invalid. He said that when corporate was taking over the store, that they actually did their own inventory, and this is the correct inventory.
When we took over, we did an inventory.
And good news for me, he's willing to give me this inventory. He's actually always been willing to give it to me or Brian. All we've ever had to do was ask.
We will work with you to obtain any Lego that does exist.
Well, we did that, and you guys.
When?
I think we've mailed like 5 or 6 times, and we've gotten 0 response back.
Yeah, literally the first thing I did right when I heard about this entire situation was I Googled Bricks and Minifigs, clicked on their website, clicked contact us, and sent them a message. I actually got a message back from corporate saying that they would love to help, but after a few months, I kept trying to reply to this message, and they just completely ghosted me.
I think we've done like 6 over the last 4 or 5 months.
Pull it up. Find out. Tell me when.
Let's see. I say like, hey, I don't think this ever got resolved. I'm just reaching back out right now, and then never.
Hit forward right now. Resend it.
What's the email?
That is a. I don't know what email address that is.
This is on your guys' website.
That says fbc.team. I said franchise at bricksandminifigs.com.
Well.
Why the fuck would he email franchise at bricksandminifigs.com? Hold on. We're doing a little test, chat. I wonder if they even have contact us. media@bricksandminifigs.com. What was it on the screen, chat? Oh, it was franchise. Wait, it says it right there. Franchise business. So it was franchise at bricksandminifigs.com. Yeah, if it's not your email address, then why is it on your website? No, for real. Sorry, let's just keep watching.
Message back from corporate saying that apply to this.
Now
It says fbc.team. I said franchise at bricksandminifigs.com.
Well, this is just on the website, so.
Did I tell you to look up something on the website and send it there?
Well,
Did I say that? Just barely.
well, that's what.
Yes or no?
This guy's fucking dumb. This guy is genuinely fucking dumb. Hey, I know you went on our website to get our contact information so you could contact us, but I didn't say that in the conversation that you're saying right now, even though this email happened 6 months ago. What do you fucking talk about, you evil mustache-looking motherfucker? Ben has a better temper than me because I would be crashing out on him. I'd be like, are you fucking dumb? Are you brain dead? Did your mother slam your head on the ground when you were like 2 years old?
No.
I just said, send me an email to franchise@bricksandminifigs.com and we will work with that.
But you're getting mad at me because I emailed the email on the website?
You keep saying that you, like, so that, I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to argue on something that I didn't give you any information about. I'm telling you.
What are you talking about? Bro's just yapping. Bro is just yapping. He is just saying any word that comes to mind, bro. What? Let's listen to that fucking absolute abomination of words that just got put into a sentence once again.
You keep saying that you, like, so that, I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to argue on something that I didn't give you any information about. I'm telling you.
What does that even mean? You're trying to argue about something I didn't even give you any information about. What? This guy's a CEO. This idiot is a CEO of a company, bro. I don't know who the stakeholders are of Bricks and Minifigs, but y'all gotta fire this bitch ass. I'm sorry, there's gotta be a whole ass board meeting ASAP fucking Rocky, bro. This guy's a fucking moron. This guy's an idiot. I've never heard a combination of words come out of someone's mouth that's more dumb than what I just had to endure right there. What are you fucking talking about, you Waluigi looking ass motherfucker?
Yeah, you're like getting upset at us that we emailed the email that was on your website.
No, I'm telling you the way to do this, and you've been probably trying to communicate with a ghost.
Well, that's your guys.
Hey, I know we put this email on our website so that people could contact us when they have issues with our company, but you're talking to nobody because we're a fucking dumbass company. But it's not my fault. How dare you not email me with the email that I gave you 6 months after you tried to initiate this conversation? Holy fuck, what a dumbass. What a dumbass.
It's his fault for putting that email on the website.
Sure. Okay.
Ben, so why are you getting mad at us because we emailed the website for your instructions?
You harass us for all sorts of things. I'm not getting mad at you.
Well, we're not harassing. We're just asking for our Legos back. If someone stole money from you and you went and politely asked for the money back, is that you harassing them?
It seems like Ammon kept
great comms, by the way. Fantastic comms. It should not be considered harassment if you're just like, hey man, you owe me money. Can I have my fucking money back? If that's your definition of harassment as a business, you guys are unethical, greedy, evil motherfuckers. The goalposts have wheels, exactly.
or switch the subject. It almost seems like he doesn't want to actually give us this inventory. What? He keeps saying he's willing to give it to us.
I think it should be noted, if you keep in mind, chat, this is the same list of inventory that he didn't know they owned the Excel sheet, or excuse me, the Google sheet too. In the CoffeeZilla thing, he's like, this isn't ours. Like, we couldn't give you the inventory sheet because we didn't have it. And then CoffeeZilla was like, it says at bricksandminifigs.com, which means that you, as the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, should have access to, because it's under your guys' official company name. And if you don't, that's not like, oh, woe is me, I didn't have it. That's, you guys are fucking morons. You should have that.
Send that inventory list to us?
What, I do believe so, yes. I think we have sent that to Brian.
He says he said that's all he wants is the inventory list, and he'll stop like bugging you guys.
Well, then, Mr. Mansell, and you, and if you want to be included on the emails with Mr. Mansell, that's totally fine. You guys can email us, and we can go.
But you guys will give him the inventory list? Because he said he's been asking for it for over a
I
year
bet they're
now.
doing that to try, because I'm sure they're running like copyright claims or something like that over his voice or something like that. I was wondering why they were doing that. It was so overstimulating.
Show the inventory list that was obtained when the store was originally taken over from Crystal Law, and we can work through that process and try and identify what was or wasn't
Wait,
there.
that's so
And also-
funny, Chad. I wonder if they made a beat, got the copyright for the beat, and it included his words, and that counts as fair use. Sorry, you guys. I'm nerding out because like I'm pretty sure that's why like that audio is there. Like if they they just leave in his words, he can maybe try to like copyright strike this. But if he puts like a beat behind it, then and like fair use, like, oh, it's changed enough, they can in theory still use it. I didn't even think about that, bro. That's fucking incredible. I'm sorry. Let me rewind that. I'm so sorry. I was not paying attention. I was thinking about this.
And if you want to be included on the emails with Mr. Mansell, that's totally fine. You guys can email us, and we can go
But you
back.
guys will give him the inventory list? Because he said he's been asking for it for over a year now.
We can show the inventory list that was obtained when the store was originally taken over from Crystal Law, and we can work through that process and try and identify what was or wasn't there, and also try and identify how to proceed from there.
Yeah, I think Brian gets upset because he says they always say that they'll send me the list, kind of like how you're saying, oh, we can send it easily. But then when it comes down to it, you'll never actually send it. So maybe if you actually go ahead and send it, it would make him feel better.
Well, I understand what you're trying to get at. We're more than willing to work with you and help you. That's why I'm saying send an email to that email address that I just gave to you, and that will produce results.
Anyways, I sent an email to the email he told me about, not the one on their website. That's a bad email.
Oh my God!
Don't ever email that one or the CEO is going to be pissed. But according
Fucking
to
crazy,
Aaron,
by the way. Fucking crazy.
now that I've sent this email, I should be receiving the inventory list very soon. So I waited all day and I got no answer. So the next day I sent them another email. I patiently waited again for about a week. And finally,
this is the response. Mr. Schneider, BAM Franchising Incorporation will not participate in any form of communication that appears designed for public provocation, harassment, or manipulation of facts for the purpose of media content. Attempts to obtain privileged or confidential information through misrepresentation or the creation of fraudulent documents.
Just for me asking for this inventory list to prove their innocence, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to be like, hey, if you're innocent, I want to prove that you're innocent with this inventory list. But now, by me trying to do that, that's criminal behavior on my part.
And considered
Okay,
harassment.
I think it's important to note, chat. The thing that they're not disclaiming to us here is like they're reading this recently. Don't get me wrong, still fucked up, whatever. I think it's important to note, like, it's not like they've been sitting on this footage or whatever. Because I can see, like, I know he made a joke about running away to Mexico and that he didn't actually run away to Mexico, but like, if you guys look here, I'm pretty sure this is in Spanish. So I think it's important to point out, I don't like, now that like CoffeeZilla kind of pointed out some things that like Reckless Ben didn't do very well in his reporting, I think there's little things that he leaves out that, like, don't get me wrong, I think Bricks and Minifigs is wrong, but like, Ben isn't doing himself any favors by leaving stuff out.
And we reserve all rights to refer such behavior to appropriate legal authorities.
It's an
AKA the cops.
So don't ask for our inventory list or else we're going to call the cops.
Yes, Bricks and Minifigs has officially banned me from ever asking for this inventory list again. And I'm not the only one who's banned from asking for this list.
He promised us a full inventory right away. We've never received it.
Shit.
Yeah, and every time it's been...
These are the previous
Just
franchisee owners, by the way, Chad, if you're not following, or if you forgot.
Absolutely nothing. So we've never gotten anything. We've never gotten an inventory list.
Yeah, the previous owner who got her entire store stolen from her by corporate, I mean, she's legally required to get sent an inventory list, and even she, 2 years later, has not gotten it yet.
It would have resolved everything because they would have had to identify everything in the store, and it would have identified all of Brian's stuff, and they never provided it, so we couldn't then demand
Audio's
the
out of
third-party
sync. Thank you,
evaluation.
guys. Give me a second. Okay, hopefully it'll be back in sync now.
And it's now, what, a year and a half later?
You know, who knows what.
Still no inventory.
I mean, that's crazy if it's like illegal, bro. If it's like illegal, that's fucking insane. I didn't even think about that.
Would have solved a lot of problems a year and a half ago to go, here's the inventory.
And even Brian still hasn't received this inventory list yet.
I've never received an inventory list. I've never received a record of sales because they can't provide it. They opened the store up almost right away and started selling it.
And the worst part about all of this is it seems like the CEO is pretty much just trying to rub all of this in everyone's face. When I turned on the news, I saw this.
Now, as far as offering Brian the inventory, have you gone through the store, figured out what was part of his collection, taken inventory?
What is this, like, budget Fox News station, bro? Like, why does it look like a college intern is interviewing this guy for the news? Of course it's on Fox. No, for real. For real. Of course Fox News is ready to give the corrupt CEO a platform to spew his stupid shit. But like, what is this? Why do they have, like, they just found the guy, they found the intern with the bushiest eyebrows and the most unkept fucking hair and was like, just run with it. Just run with it, bro.
Now, as far as offering Brian the inventory, have you gone through the store, figured out what was part of his collection, taken inventory, and shown him that inventory to offer that?
We've tried to share those with Mr. Mansell in hopes that he can see, you know, like that we were not attempting in any way, shape, or form to withhold anything. Those then were offered to him, and the initial offer was rejected.
So now on public television, Ammon, the CEO, is telling the world that he tried to give us this inventory, but we're the ones that didn't want it.
We do want to help him recover as much of the collection. Our number one priority right now is to ensure that he gets made whole. We know that we have a responsibility to work with him to make sure he does get made whole.
Holy fucking PR stunt, bro. What an absolute fucking liar.
Offered Brian the inventory of sets that was in the store.
Yeah, whatever was left over, we've offered that on multiple occasions. So we've tried to make multiple offers, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to the table so we can discuss it.
And this is pretty much Ammon's
It's
game
out of
plan
sync
now.
again. What the fuck? Bro, this is so fucking stupid.
go on as many news stations as you can and lie.
The entire time we were saying, hey, we want to help, we want to help.
The main narrative now seems to be Bricks and Minifigs has always been trying to give Brian his Legos back, but Brian just never wanted them back.
Would you be willing to just take this? And the answer was no. It was attempted to be given to the family, and it was refused. They made the offer and said, hey, you can have all this. And that offer was not accepted at the time.
Well, that's Ammon's side of the story, but I say let's take a look at what actually happened.
Read from the bottom up. That is our correspondence with Bricks and Minifigs, trying to work with them in getting the sets back.
So right when this happened, Brian hired an attorney to reach out to Bricks and Minifigs. They sent an email saying, how should we proceed to retake the possession of the sets/minifigures? And they actually emailed back saying they were willing to help. And then after this, they just never respond. So Brian's attorney sent them another email, just following up on this, when can we pick up the sets? And they still didn't respond. So the attorneys emailed back saying, it's now been 16 days, how can we get these Legos back? And finally, they received a response.
It says Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson have no legal obligation to return any of the Lego product that exists in their store to you. What? So yeah, basically they're saying that they're the ones that are not able to work with you, is what it seems like.
Exactly.
They finished this email saying, we consider this matter closed and will not be returning any Lego products to you. So as you can see, that's the reality of what actually happened. But then Ammon goes on Fox News and says this.
So they actually did have an attorney send information to us. We said, great, appreciate this. Let's see what we can do to work this out. Yeah. And then we never heard back.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy. He's going on the news and just lying. He's just straight up lying, bro. This is crazy. Like, how are any of the cops watching this and going, yeah, surely this guy's the innocent one? Like, I'm sorry, even with me saying, like, there are inconsistencies with some Reckless Ben's reporting. That being said, all those inconsistencies don't make me think that Bricks and Minifigs did the right thing here. Like, at all, bro. If we can see that, the police officers are just choosing not to see that. God, they all deserve to get fired, bro. What a bunch of fucking morons.
Ammon going on like Fox News then and saying, we wanted to give Brian his stuff back. He's the one that didn't want his stuff back. He didn't want any of his things.
That's my point. I don't know. He's lying.
I truly do believe in integrity. Truly, I believe in the sentiment of integrity, and I believe everyone should have integrity.
But anyways, another thing the CEO seems to be pretty upset about is that when Brian kept demanding his stuff back and couldn't get it back, eventually he had enough. And he was like, I'm going to make a Facebook post about this. And in his Facebook post, he called Bricks and Minifigs thieves and liars. And this Facebook post, like, really pissed off Ammon. I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is literally suing Brian now for millions of dollars, all because of this. I mean, back when I was talking to him at corporate headquarters, he made it very clear that what they did is technically not actually considered theft.
There is no theft. Do you understand the legal definition of theft? Legally have to meet
So
the definition of knowing that the property was stolen or otherwise not belonging to that person.
And on my phone,
Hey, I'm a fucking dumbass CEO that clearly doesn't know how to keep track of his employees and what fuck shit they get up to. And because I didn't know and I'm irresponsible and refuse to look into it, yeah, that's not theft. Because I was incompetent and fucking stupid, you can't charge me. Like, what? I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe that people like this get positions of power. Like, genuinely a fucking idiot.
Not known until Mr. Mansell came in days later and said, I have some of these things that need to be...
And that's another lie again, because...
It is not another lie.
So I showed Ammon the security camera footage where corporate acknowledges that they are now going to be responsible for these Lego Star Wars sets.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
Because that's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that kind of side liability.
And after showing him this footage to try to bring the conversation back to reality, this was his response.
Extortion?
Because we caught you guys?
No, because you are attempting to extort us, so that's what you're doing. What you are doing right now is illegal. It's an extortion.
Have you ever tried extorting these guys in your mouth?
Legal activity, that's illegal on me.
Nope. We have done nothing.
See, I agree too. I agree, nope, it's not illegal on us. Thank you for...
We have done nothing illegal, and you are doing something illegal right now.
I don't think that's illegal. I think us catching you guys for doing the illegal thing doesn't make that what we're doing is illegal. That means what you guys are doing is illegal.
Calling it extortion when you say, hey, please give us our money back or we'll sue you. We'll take the legal route. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. Just stupid.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for working with us. And
after just going around in circles for probably 30 to 40 minutes and just, having like kind of less than genuine questions or less than genuine responses being given to me, I was exasperated by the end of it. And that's, when people get tired and exasperated, that's when we finally got the footage that we can use to make him look like a completely unreasonable monster, but that's what they do is people whose goal is to do those types of things, they just harass and go after people as long and hard as they can until somebody breaks and says something that, then they can, use that one clip to be like, oh, look at this horrible monster of a person.
Bro's victim maxing. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. They asked me for their money back. They asked me for their Legos back that we stole from them. How could they do that? I'm the victim, man. I can't believe they would do that to me. This is what these damn YouTubers do, bro. They call us out when we do something fucked up and shady. And when we tell them, and when we word vomit some fuck shit that makes no sense, they record it and put it on YouTube so people make fun of me. What a pussy. What a baby back bitch. This guy is a boner. He is the head of the boner club.
So that's what I feel like has kind of really happened here.
So Ammon's claiming that I just harassed him for 30 minutes and finally he got fed up with us, which that was the one clip at the end that I used in my documentary. So I say let's go to the very beginning of the footage, my first interaction with them, and see what actually happened.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, literally from the very first sentence we ever exchanged with each other, Ammon's goal was just to lie to us. But anyways, I'm now starting to think that the only reason Ammon wanted us to email him about the inventory list wasn't actually give us the inventory list, but actually it was a trap. Yeah, Ammon only wanted me to email him so he can find out my email and subpoena Google and find out all of my private information. You think I'm lying, but they actually did this. They subpoenaed Google asking for all private information tied to this email address. And Google sent them like hundreds of hours of all the raw footage from everything I've filmed to the Lego video so far, all my emails, all my search history, all the metadata that shows everywhere I've been. But anyways, this was the reaction of the police officer after she watched my entire first episode.
I'm really curious to see if this fool even makes any money doing this YouTube stuff. I'm like, if it's enough for him to travel to another state to go get some footage. It doesn't even sound like his secret information doesn't even seem credible from my understanding.
No.
Dumbest fucking police officer award goes to this bitch. I'm sorry, if you watched that video and went, none of this evidence makes sense, you're actually fucking stupid. Like, what a dumbass. I'm dumbfounded. They literally went, let's put the dumbest police officer we possibly have in our station on this one. What a fucking idiot. Oh, I gotta hear that again. I gotta hear this fuck shit, man.
To another state to go get some footage. It doesn't even sound like his like secret information doesn't even seem credible from my understanding.
No, so it sounds like you were able to watch the video.
I think by secret information, the police officer is referring to the security camera footage that proves that everything Bricks and Minifigs is saying is a lie. My first question is, how could this not be credible? It's literally just video evidence of what happened that night. But at least now I can see why the police aren't listening to me. They're basically just saying that all of the evidence I submit to them is not credible and therefore case closed. Ben's wrong and we're right because we said that the evidence is uncredible. At this point, Bricks and Minifigs is working with the police to just come up with whatever story they can to make any evidence I give them seem as uncredible as possible.
In all of his actions to just generate clicks and likes to get, like social media clout without putting in work and just doing the crummy stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure he's just fucking around and putting himself in a position where he could be legally in trouble for the YouTube views, bro. Oh my God, bro. They're so stupid. They're so dumb. We need more police training, bro. This bitch is dumb as hell. I'm once again bringing up The Rock. Look at this. Smarter than this stupid bitch. I know this Rock can watch this video and know that this is very sketchy shit and she should probably look into it and not fucking look over it. Dude, I can't believe these are the people that are in charge of protecting and serving us, bro. If I'm getting fucking robbed and they're like, we're gonna send this dumbass to save you, I'm like, just let me fucking die. She'd probably shoot me, bro. She'd probably just like get fucking scared and shoot me and then herself. Like, at this point, I'm taking my chances with the robber, bro.
He seems like a fun gentleman.
No. Well, and
his MO really seems to follow somebody who's like a paper tiger, right? Like who, like behind, or like a keyboard warrior. They'll make threats.
And this is the craziest part of the video to me. Ammon's claiming that I'm a keyboard warrior. And a keyboard warrior is basically just someone who talks a lot of smack online, but then when it actually comes down to it, they won't do anything in person. Which, I mean, if we look back at the footage, I accomplished almost everything I set out to do. I didn't get scared of anything. If someone in this story is a keyboard warrior, I don't think it's me. I think it's Bricks and Minifigs. I mean, let's double check by looking at the footage. Ammon claims with his words that he can give us the inventory list.
We can show the inventory list.
But when it actually comes down to it, he's terrified to give it to anyone. Bricks and Minifigs this entire time has also just been begging me to sue them.
If you think it's illegal, why don't you sue me? Let's go to court. Sue me for us. Sue me. Let's go to court. Let's go to court then.
So when I finally go out and actually sue them, they close down their store. And now Bricks and Minifigs is going to...
I forgot they did that. I forgot he fucking showed up in the fucking Speedo, bro. I'm sorry. That was just like a little like flashback, almost like shock value jump scare of like, oh yeah, he. Oh shit. Oh my God, bro.
So when I finally go out and actually sue them, they close down their store. And now Bricks and Minifigs is going to absolute extreme lengths to hide from this lawsuit.
Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just...
No, I'm not accepting service from her.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is showing all of the signs of a keyboard warrior, but for some reason they think that I'm the keyboard warrior. At this point, it almost seems like everything Bricks and Minifigs is doing, for some reason they think that I'm the one that's the one doing it.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys. Hopefully no more issues. There's so many other things that this guy could like be talking about, right?
100%. But sometimes, you know, like...
Bro, the level of bias from this police officer here is fucking insane. Like, bro, zip it up when you're done schlobbing on it, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Fuck her.
Just think, oh, I put so much time and effort into this. I gotta make sure something happens. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, Ammon just completely proves my point. Obviously, I'm not suffering from the sunk cost fallacy at all. Ammon's the one suffering from the sunk cost fallacy. I mean, they literally already admitted to me that they've held onto the Legos for so long, it's not worth it for them to give it back to us anymore.
I'm not going to distribute those things at this point. We've kept them on hold for this long, so.
Let's see what else Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Well, they're suing me for defamation. But this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs is actually the ones defaming me.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down.
Let's go to the next thing Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Extortion. When they're the ones actually extorting me by saying if I don't let them steal the Legos from us, they're going to make up a reason to throw me in jail.
You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're fucking thief.
Dang.
Okay?
Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
Bricks and Minifigs is also getting me for RICO charges.
They're charging Reckless Ben for RICO.
RICO?
I think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
Yes.
And if you look at this,
yes, these police, I genuinely cannot believe the police officers here, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on in Utah? If there's anything I've learned here, it's never go to fucking Utah. The Mormons have corrupted that state. Like, the Mormon church is a plague on humanity, and I stand on that. They just bank on people being fucking stupid and wanting to be a part of a cult. Oh my God, you have to be so dumb to be a Mormon, man. Just so dumb.
CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO.
Wait, what? Hold on.
CEO's
more likely is they're charging Reckless Ben for RICO. I think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
And if you look at the CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO, not me. They're also accusing me of sending a sniper to shoot out the windows of the McNeff house.
You guys want to come to, you can see the window and see where they were shooting from. It could be a sniper blade on the hill.
When the police got there, they realized it was actually a construction worker who accidentally shattered the window.
It seems more likely that it happened from construction work than it happened from some random people across the way.
But even after all this, they still go online and say it was me.
He's trying to get Ben Schneider for like attempted murder. He's basically trying to set Ben Schneider up for attempted murder when meanwhile it was a nail from his own construction worker.
So what's the moral of the story?
If there was a bullet, like what? What? Wow. Just fucking wow. My ex-Mormon Utah friend listening in seconds your statement, sorry. Shout out your ex-Mormon Utah friend. They got out, bro. They got out, man. That shit is a CULT. That shit is fucked up.
Story here. It looks like everything bad Bricks and Minifigs is doing, they think that I'm the one that's doing the bad thing. It makes no sense.
Oh? Okay.
So, just to let you know, we call it double blind. The person who committed the crime may or may not be in the lineup or depicted. So I will give this to you. You'll have as much time as you need to choose someone or to not choose anyone. Whenever you're able to feel that you have ID'd somebody, I just ask that you circle it and then initial next to it.
And then like that?
Perfect.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
Cool.
really this was like the final step that I needed. This is legit. We've been able to verify who he is now.
Yep.
So the police put on this big performance to make it look like they're going to all this work to verify the facts, when in reality, they already know who I am. They already subpoenaed Google. They already watched my entire first Lego video. They already went through all my search history. To me, this just feels like a staged performance so they can show the world, hey, look, we verified everything, when if they would have just put an equal amount of effort into watching the raw footage I submitted to them, they would have found out that Ammon's just completely lying to them, but for some reason they didn't. A few weeks later, when I ended up going to court, this was the state's response.
My name is Nick Mielstein. I'm the prosecutor. Is Benjamin Schneider here?
Yes.
If you want to take care of that today, we could do what we call a plea in abeyance.
Were you able to see the footage I submitted to the police of our interaction?
I have not watched it, no.
Okay.
I'm just asking somebody to do their job. I'm just begging! I'm begging! Will somebody do their job, please? What do you mean you're the prosecutor and you haven't looked at the evidence that the other side provided? I can't believe it. I can't believe this shit, bro. I can't believe this shit. It's so crazy. Will somebody please? I'm begging. Please, somebody, just do your fucking job. Please. Do we not believe in doing our job in fucking Utah? Is that against the Mormon religion too? I'm just one, a singular person. Please, a singular person who knows how to do their job in Utah. I'm begging. I am on my knees begging. Please. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. ICE agents must have the time of their lives in Utah. No, for real, bro. For real. If you want to be bad at your job, just go to Utah. Apparently, this is massively fucking acceptable out there.
Okay, because in that footage, you can clearly see that the second he tells us to leave, where you say, okay, we'll leave. And then he calls the police and said that we threatened to burn down the building and shoot everyone inside. And he was just making up all these lies, which you can clearly see in the footage that we submitted. We were being respectful the whole time. We left the second he told us to.
Sorry, let me look.
And so it makes sense why the police would take me to court, because, I mean, he's threatening that we're going to burn down the building and shoot everyone, but we did nothing. Like, he's just saying that because he's trying to. I'm a documentary maker, so I'm making a documentary on the thing. So his logic is if he throws me in jail, then if he makes up a reason for me to go to jail, then I won't be able to expose them for their crimes. So that's the what's going on. It's clear as day in the footage if you watch it. It seems like they're just making up a bunch of false information in order to silence criticism.
So did you submit that to the police officer?
Yes.
Is the footage going such that it's still going, like when you step out the door?
It starts from when we're in the elevator before we talk to him to when we were back in the elevator going back down.
Obviously, a video doesn't necessarily show everything that possibly happened.
So according to the state of Utah, the raw video that shows everything that possibly could have happened is not credible and could not have shown everything that possibly could have happened. And they didn't even watch it. They're literally just taking Ammon's word for everything and completely ignoring all the evidence. So where does this leave me now? Not only am I being charged with a bunch of mystery crimes in American Fork, Utah, but I'm also being charged with a second-degree felony up to 15 years in jail in Provo, Utah. And now that they have written proof that I'm committing all of these insane crimes against them, I mean, obviously Bricks and Minifigs just made up everything, but that's not how the court sees it. The court thinks that these are real. And for whatever reason, the court wouldn't let me share my side. They only heard Bricks and Minifigs' side.
Ben's side was not in the room, was not heard. The court signed an order erasing his published work on the strength of the company's verified complaint and the company's motion with no one there to say a word against.
I think we just need to fucking dismantle the justice system in Utah. Cause what the fuck? Listen, like I said, I'm open to hearing, Reckless Ben leaving stuff out intentionally that make him look bad, or intentionally playing things up a little bit, right? Because we've seen it. But to not even acknowledge that, not even look at the evidence, and then when he's like, hey, please look at the fucking evidence, and he goes, well, it's probably not credible anyways. That is corrupt. Utah is corrupt. The police officers, the courts. Holy fucking bootlick.
Against it.
Yeah, the judge granted a temporary restraining order, preventing me from even talking about Bricks and Minifigs, which sucks because this was the night I hit 1 million subscribers, and all my friends threw a giant surprise party for me.
Damn, bro's at 1.52 mil now. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs gets to just keep spreading their lies about me, and I just have to sit in silence, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. It's crazy to think about how much public support I was getting.
$200,000 Lego dispute that's turning into one of the craziest legal cases and an internet crusade that is just exploding.
A $200,000 Lego collection. This $200,000 Lego scandal is literally one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I think this might be the best video that I've seen. This is one of the crazier stories I think I've ever covered.
Run by Mormons.
Imagine I'm in here. Put me in! Put me in!
Seems like the entire internet was united.
I'm not big enough, chat. Am I not big enough for your cool everybody's reacting to this montage? Damn, my 700 views on my reaction video weren't enough. I still see the shadows in my room. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm playing.
Uniting to stand up to this bully of a company.
Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
It really did seem like we were right about to get the Legos back, but I was wrong. Now the court has silenced me, and it looks like all the work I put into this was just for nothing. However, people were pretty upset that I was silenced and decided to protest.
Brick by brick.
It sucks that I'm not even allowed to be a part of this movement anymore.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
Or maybe I can be here, I just have to be in disguise so no one recognizes me.
Hey, are you Reckless Ben? No. Okay. Alright,
She folded immediately. No. Okay, that makes sense.
Jerome, here to support the cause. Just an American Fork local. Here to support.
Here with Jerome.
Justice for heroin, kid.
Protesting for the cause, and not a single person here recognized who I actually am. And maybe the protesting worked, because after a full month of remaining silent, I finally have an announcement.
Well, it looks like I don't need this disguise anymore, because I have my freedom of speech back, baby. I can say whatever I want. I can say Bricks and Minifigs sucks. I can say Bricks and Minifigs still own people. And look, I just said it. I'm not in jail, which is sick. We got our First Amendment rights back. Yeah.
And now that I have my freedom of speech back, everyone is wondering how Bricks and Minifigs can make up for the fact that they made up all these lies about me to take away my freedom of speech. Most legal experts are saying I could easily win millions of dollars from Bricks and Minifigs, but instead, I have a better solution.
If they want to apologize, they can say that they're sorry by doing the chicken dance.
and I will take that as a sincere form of apology. And once I do the chicken dance, then I will know that Bricks and Minifigs is sorry, and we can finally move on to the next video series, and it'll be awesome. So you guys might be thinking, why do you want them to do the chicken dance? And there's actually a reason. So this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs always says the right thing, but then their actions don't match their words at all. So I was thinking, well, if they get given an apology, they might say the right things, you know, but they're not actually gonna mean it. So by doing the chicken dance, I'm gonna basically just be giving them another opportunity to do the right thing, not just with their words, but with their actions. And once they decide to do the right thing, then I'll move on to the next video series and never talk about Bricks and Minifigs again. And also make sure to check us out at www.westealfromoldpeople.com, because right now we have 2 new Lego sets for sale that you can buy right now. One of Joshua Johnson and one of Ammon McNeth. And we're only making 500 of each.
I mean, like, he's a great troll, chat, but I'm like genuinely concerned for bro. You know? I'm genuine, and also we shouldn't, don't get me wrong, that'd be really funny if they just did the chicken dance. But I want these fuckers to pay. You know what I'm saying? I want them to pay Brian. I want them to pay Reckless Ben. I want the fucking evil mustache guy fired. I want some people thrown in jail. Like, I want these police officers fired and replaced. Like, oh my God.
And once all 500 of each sell out, we're never making any more. And you gotta buy them now, because someday they're gonna sell for like $1 million or something. They're gonna be collectibles. It's gonna be sick. Also, subscribe to Patreon. You'll get tons of behind the scenes if you support.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything left on that, chat. I was asked to provide. Fuck, my own video played. I'm guessing, by the way, chat, I'm guessing the reason he can talk about it now is the temporary restraining order was lifted, because he did mention it was temporary. And this is coming out about a month after his last update saying that he can't talk about it. I don't know, bro. He seems confident. I'm worried. I'm worried because there's so much corruption going on, bro. Like, listen, maybe he's just an absolutely insane spinner of the facts. And both Brian and Christina are like lying about everything. But I feel like this is just an Occam's razor thing. And based off of like CoffeeZilla's reporting, it didn't sound like Brian and Christina were like, there was super big evidence that like they were the bad guys here. It seems like the evidence is Ammon's covering his ass because the other 2 owners, I don't remember their name, Josh and Brandon, I think, they secretly stole all those Legos off the balance sheet and moved them to another store where they sold them. I think, chat, here's the last thing I'll say, and then I do have to end stream because I've been streaming way longer than I was planning. What's new? I think what they should do, hear me out, find the serial, because, okay, here's the, and hear me out, chat, hear me out. Clearly, these were collectibles, right? And from my understanding, Lego collectors like to keep the boxes. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that's probably what they do, right? They keep the boxes. And I feel like this has been happening in the Lego community long enough where they could be like, hey, here, because I remember they were matching like serial numbers in the CoffeeZilla video to like the inventory. And I think what they need to do is they need to make a list of all the different serial numbers and go, hey, if you have a box, if you've shopped in Utah or wherever else like these stores existed, and you bought like a Star Wars Lego set or anything, go check that box. Go check that box. Lego does not have serialization. Okay, so they don't. What were those numbers that they were checking in the CoffeeZilla then? Yeah, the amount of lying Eamon did is diabolical. No, for real. Like, you can't tell me that that guy isn't fucking lying, because there's so many times. There's no way that the footage is wrong here. Like, there's no way you could edit that to where, like, what is coming out of his mouth is different than what is coming out of his mouth in other scenarios. Skews and set numbers. Okay, so there would be no way for them to tell if they bought something from that Lego set. Is that what you guys are telling me? There would be no way for them to tell if the what they bought was from Brian's collection. Yeah, the layaway issue is further complicating the inventory. No, for real. Well, but here's the thing, Phoenix. I think this is because I forgot what layaway was on the video, and then like you guys helped me clarify it. Layaway just means like you put money down so that you lay claim to that thing, but you don't take it home. Like you don't. I was thinking it was like Klarna, where you're like, oh, I'll pay it in 4 payments or whatever over 4 months, and then like, you know, you take it home with you and it's yours, so to speak. But that's not what layaway is. Layaway is like, okay, I'm going to give you $30 so that I can buy this again, or not buy this again, so that I can buy this later for like $600. But it did mess up the inventory. It did mess up the inventory. So like those things should have been there, but they weren't. I don't know, man. This is a mess. I think if it sounds like they got a lawyer, but if Ben hasn't gotten a lawyer yet, bro, he needs to get one. Like, this is just, it's getting messy. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm all here for trolling and fucking around and messing with them. But like, dude, you are kind of in hot water, you know? Like I would be stressing if I was Reckless Ben, because like these police officers are corrupt as shit. And they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that you go to jail. That's terrifying. You need a good lawyer who can nip that shit in the bud.